Hello, little humans. Good to see you guys again. Sorry I haven't been around the past few weeks. It has been a bit crazy. I am currently doing my honors in public diplomacy, and it has been mad with the assignments and things that we've got going. So I'm currently doing that on top of my actual degrees. I am majoring in communications, specializing in visual content studies, and then on top of that doing an honors program. So it's been a bit crazy the past few weeks. But hopefully I'm back and will be more regular and consistent. I'm going to try my best to do that. Okay, so enough of me rambling, and let's jump into today's video.
Facebook, both of us.
This is a really tight camera and my dad has really not long arms. You're using the wrong arm. I physically can't get
full mode.
Use you. How to face track and not understand.
Yeah, essentially, just go swimming.
His left leg. No. There we go. That is perfect. Out of 10.
Well done, Dad.
Jeez, it's incredible. Just every piece of ice is...
So what I wanted to speak about today was climate change and the effect of climate change on the habitat and eating patterns of polar bears. So while I was traveling in the Arctic, one of the lecturers explained to us that a major problem nowadays is the fact that sea ice is melting so much faster, and the fact that the period of time in which there is sea ice is becoming shorter and shorter and shorter. So one effect is that on the sea ice there's algae which grows specific types of plankton, and numerous little fish and shrimps feed off of that algae and off of that plankton. And those little fish and shrimps are the main food source of ring seals. And ring seals are in turn the main food source of polar bears. So what's happening now is, because there's less algae, less plankton for these little fishes to eat, there's less little fishes for the seals to eat, and therefore the seals are not as nutritious, or there are just less of them around for the polar bears to eat in turn. So as you can see, this whole food chain is slowly becoming disrupted due to climate change and due to global warming, because of the lack of sea ice and the shorter period of time that it exists. Another problem is that sea ice is actually the main hunting ground of polar bears. So what polar bears do is they'll venture out onto the sea ice and find what looks like a little seal-shaped hole in the sea ice and wait until a seal pops up, and then they'll grab the seal, and that's the way that they hunt. However, since there's less sea ice around, it means that A, there's less opportunities for them to actually find seals and find their food, and B, that they have to travel much, much longer distances in order to actually find a suitable hunting ground. So what this means is that sometimes polar bears are actually expending more energy in order to find food than the number of calories or the actual food that they're taking in. So this is a serious problem, and one of the reasons that polar bears are becoming more and more and more endangered, because their actual hunting ground is literally disappearing before their eyes, and every year there's less food available, there's less space for them to hunt.
We are your humble bear tender. May we offer you a hot bourbon or a hot cocoa?
You look like you need a bourbon.
Anything else?
Hang on. Okay, there we go.
This is the cleanest bar boat on the planet.
Right?
This is amazing.
Booze cruise!
It's a booze cruise.
So just because we don't really see or encounter these issues that are happening in the Arctic or in the Antarctic doesn't mean that they don't exist. I know that for those of us who live, I'm originally from South Africa, currently living in Israel, so living in these parts of the world, it's kind of easy to ignore the effects of climate change and global warming because it doesn't exist for us. It's outside of our reality. It's not part of our daily routine. But as somebody who's actually gone to these places and physically seen the effect that human pollution and what we're doing to the environment is having on animal life and on the planet, it's really not something that we can and should ignore just because it's not part of our daily lives. Thank you so much for watching this week's video, everyone. I'm going to try my absolute best to be more on schedule with my uploads and my posting. Hopefully, because I'm going to be on holiday in the next few weeks, that'll be a little bit better. But exciting news, I am actually going to be doing a Europe trip with a few of my friends starting the end of February. So that's going to be really exciting, and hopefully I'm going to be getting amazing pictures and amazing content from that I'm so excited to share with you guys. And I will see you guys again next week. Bye!